Roll me a perception.
I could throw a perception at you real quick, Lack. Make sure to turn that off. And perception. Don't see Jack Diddley Squatto.
I need to double check a different thing. That's +6. Okay.
I guess she like just as she like shakes her head, he slowly like moves the Kanabu into like a battle ready grip with disadvantage. It's still demolished.
Actual bro. Actual bro moment.
Jin got struck by lightning.
One more time. Roll one more time. This would be equivocal to red giving you advantage.
I can dig it. Hey, there we go.
Whee!
You hear the sounds of something sniveling out there.
Sniveling?
Yeah, like like fearfully or tearily like sniffling. Like snivel, grovel.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I feel you. It's just not what I expected.
It's not those three down there, I assure you.
Mita's over here just bawling her eyes out.
Red falls like like her face like lights up as like you both hear this sniveling off to your guys' left, away from your friends. Do you hear that?
Actually, yes. No, I did point it out.
Check it out.
He gives a curt nod and
I'll be right behind you.
he does an inside check that he trusts her. He will hop down and slowly make his approach towards the Schnifflin.
Yeah, so just to illustrate it, so you're on the hill that was way too thin. You're on a mound that the tree is at the center of, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that green is the edge of the mound. Your friends are around here. Again, lower elevation. That's where all the mist cloud is catching. You're hearing the sniveling from over here.
Over there. Okay, so that's the opposite direction.
And you were stood with red at. We'll just put the center here.
Yeah. Right, so he has to like go a little bit around the tree to.
Yeah, you have to wrap around a little bit.
Is he able to like get any of these three's attention to just kind of like flag them real quick and be like, I'm going this way?
I think they're a bit busy looking out for a predator right now.
That's fair. That's why I was questioning.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check out the sniveling, which is a stupid thing to go alone, but he's high on lightning.
You see a small figure amidst the this entire section all around is covered in mist.
Uh-huh.
Right. Whereas here with your friends, the mist is giving them the courtesy of giving them a breathing and visual zone. That is not the case for this individual over here. They are in the mist.
Oh god.
You barely make out their. If it weren't for them sniveling, you probably wouldn't have noticed them.
I swear to God, if Francis somehow is out here.
It is not Francis, but it's something of his same stature.
Oh, it's a no more small child.
Close. Not a gnome, not a gnelf. It is a gnoblin.
There's a small gnoblin.
There is a goblin there who is freaking the fuck out from this mist, and he's also apparently hearing some shit. And he is afraid for his life right now.
Oh, Jin is not going to be the most calming vision. He's going to lower his Kanabo a bit and kind of crouch down a bit, which might look more predatory, but he's trying to look like get on his level and not be like big and imposing. And just go.
You go down into the mist.
That's stupid. He's gonna do that. He'll try to keep his posture low.
You lose sight of him pretty immediately. You can barely make out like the tips of his ears before. They're just like, I don't know, noticeable, like they're prominent, but as you descend into the mist, you lose sight of him entirely. You are heavily obscured terrain right now. Again, you're really sourcing his location just from him being a little bitch, but...
I changed my mind. I stand up. Do I still see his ears?
You go down and realize the immense danger of being down here. Roll me a perception check.
Sniffling. That's more like it.
There is something that's running through the back of your mind. It tingles down the back of your neck that for how powerful you are, you're still in great danger. you begin making your ascent back up to the top of the mound. Well, not the top of it, but to the upper section of it, to the point where you're not in the mist anymore. I don't know if Hawk has ever, or Falk has ever divulged like his front and what it's like, but if he ever does, you might have a shared experience amidst clouds and clouds of things you can't see through. At least you could breathe in this one, though, compared to his nerve gas. But I digress. Mm-hmm. You make your way back up to the mound and see his ears once more. He is actually moving very slowly, but he is technically moving. He's now over here. I'm moving it out of the way. Moving me down here. He is moving like ever so slightly, like back and outward, but he's clearly lost because he does encircle himself a couple of times.
Okay. He's stupid. Ah, fuck it. What's the worst that happens? I get fucking hit by lightning? No, worse than that. He'll whistle. It's like a sharp, just... I don't know if that picks up.
You whistle and it catches his attention. To the rest of you down south, you also hear it.
It's over in the direction.
Yeah, you look up on the mound and see no one. You hear the sound of a whistle somewhere northeast of you.
Somewhere in that direction.
But I do notice that there isn't mist up here, right? Like in this.
You can't see it. It's one way.
Right. You can see the mound because it's so dramatically higher than the mist, but being down
it's easier to see. It's easier to see into mist than out of mist. I'm sure we'll be able to test that through his military experience.
Yeah, I think we continue to call out to this little Gnoblin.
What do you say?
This way out of the mist.
Roll your persuasion, because he's wondering if it's some sort of fucking dark trick of this cloud.
That's fair. That's 100% fair. And he's sounds funny. He doesn't sound like a normal person.
Yeah. You are simultaneously advantageous because he's desperate, but disadvantageous because of the nature of the situation.
You say persuasion?
Persuasion.
Don't suck. That's pretty fucking good for a 0.
He begins to make his way over to you. Assuming you continuously call out, right? So
yeah.
He has his own. He does sniffle a little less now. He's not alone out here.
Yay! If he like turns a bit too far to the left, it's like no, you're right. No, the other way, Sorry. He gets to the edge of the mound, and at that point you could see the mound in front of you, right? Like that's how walls work. Even with mist around, you could see the wall in front of you, and begins ascending it, like very, very frantically, desperately, like a kid trying to climb up the stairs. Oh God! Oh, thank you. Oh, what's happening? I was going to ask you, what do you do? Why are you out here? What? Huh?
I'm just scouting. I don't know. How do we get out of here? He grabs you're crouched down, right?
Yes.
He grabs you by like your collar. Like, how do we get out of here?
I can get you out of here. Stop freaking out.
Sorry.
You're fine.
You can see up because this tree it's a big tree, right? So the branches go out a good bit. You can see Red is above you guys, and she just does like a shake of the head, like how pathetic.
He's just a little guy that's really, really pathetic.
He's a little guy that's pretty pathetic. That is true. She shakes her head, like, and then she looks off in the direction of everyone else, and then a crack of lightning hits, and she's gone.
She's very dramatic. Look, I have a group of...
Who?
Magic lightning person. Don't worry about her.
What?
I said don't worry about her.
Look.
I can
laughing God, please. Please.
I don't know if they can hear you here. Look, I have some friends.
Oh.
Often that way. We can maybe get you out of here.
Oh, yes. Let's go.
But pay attention. We are not alone out here.
Oh, I know that. He might be walking with his back to you. Don't worry, I'm watching out for us.
Hats him on the little goblin head.
Roll an insight check.
Yeah, what did he fucking pilfer off of me?
He didn't pilfer anything off you, but on a 20 insight, I got her back. Up until it is advantageous for him to ditch you for dead and to survive himself.
Yeah, that makes 100% sense.
You are the only avenue of survival, but if he finds another better survival avenue, he's taking that one. He's looking out for himself.
It's what he expects, honestly. The fact that Badger doesn't pull that more often, very impressed by that.
It really shows you how different Badger is from his kin. So
not hashtag not all
way back to the southwestern side, I'll call it, of the mound.
We're going
meanwhile, inside the cloud. Dahlia, you, Mina, and Shroud are all in there, and it doesn't seem advantageous for you guys to try to leave via Mist Ravens now.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting that it was called Mist Ravens, huh? Anyways. Eventually, the creature does stop lurking around you, for better or worse.
That feels worse. Where does it end up?
It begins approaching you. Well, not approaching you, but approaching the trio of you. It begins striding out from the edge of the mist around you. You can only see its head and neck. Although, I guess you can see the other glowing parts of it as well, a bit through the fog. And Mina begins turning and not walking closer to her, but like slowly edging with like her foot by foot closer towards it until she crouches down and holds out her hand. Like someone trying to get a stray cat to approach them.
When she first starts moving, Dahlia would turn to her and like not stop her physically, but hold out a hand almost as if she's going to. Trying to see if to get her attention, to silently ask if this is a good idea.
She ignores you.
In that case, she'll actually touch her.
That's alright. Then she continues to do the action. We're already dead, sis. Well, she chuckles mirthlessly. I am. Let's show off the fun pet in question, shall we?
No.
They move right up.
What if it's just a dog? Oh, that's fucking sick, actually.
Right?
Oh, it's on the X. There we go. I mean, that's accurate. Oh, gee, well, I wonder why they have the same token border.
That's crazy. She holds out her hand and it begins slowly approaching in this, not snarling capacity, but, you know, like stalking closer to her. And you begin seeing the front two legs it has and then the second set of legs it has, knowing that there's another set back there somewhere. It's a bit decayed now, but you could tell this thing is amphibious. It has frills like you know, fish would have. It has webbed feet, things like that. It is meant to be an amphibious creature. It's just a bit lacking in its undeathly capacity. You can even see that there is supposed to be some... You can't see it at this angle, I guess. There are like frills at the side of its head.
Mm.
And they do twitch and move in reaction to it. Like an ant with antennae would.
Mm-hmm. You know, we're not dead yet. We're both breathing.
But now...
So until that stops, we fight for our lives.
She shakes her head as she chuckles again. No fight in this. It eventually actually closes the full distance to Mina. You see it in its full, I'll call it splendor. It is the size of like a lion. So like not as big as a horse, but bigger than a wolf. That's for damn certain. 6-legged. It has a tail which has, unsurprisingly, some frills at it, meant to help it coast through water, as well as some barbs at the end of it. Clawed but webbed feet, the 6 of them. Even has, I guess what you would assume are gills at the base of its neck. But again, it's a bit rough to look at right now. I would say the art isn't fully accurate, because it would have sleek fur, not like this voluminous fur, but I digress.
Mm-hmm. So that we don't fight it. We flee.
No advent in death, sis. She begins petting the pet. Marama is what she addresses as.
How do you spell that?
I'll type it.
Thank you.
I don't recall who heard it, but this isn't I think most of you guys heard it. This is not the first time she said this name, although the last time she said it was a while ago.
It was when she was sleeping, right? In the sanctuary?
Yeah, she was feverish because of the plague.
Then she hugged onto Ace and said, stop Marama.
Yeah, I was trying to remember the name earlier, but it's like, that's in a completely different notebook. I'm not looking that up right now.
It sniffs at her hand, which is impressive because look at it.
Well.
Yeah, it doesn't have a nose or lungs.
Yeah. But it still has the capacity to do it. You can tell as it it sniffs and breathes out from its nose, some of the fog around it moves. Because that's how air circulation works. It sniffs at her hand and then presses its muzzle into her hand, and she begins petting it to the best of her ability, that is. As she does so, you can see her eye take on a similar glow as Marama gives off. Where is he, huh? It's a lot more affectionate in a very weird thing, considering I was stalking you not more than 5 minutes ago. Where is he at, huh, Marama? She been scratching at its neck and it leans into it. Are we finally having our final confrontation, huh? Me and bro. It barks at her, and it sounds deathly, otherworldly, echoey. You can tell it's still a bark for like an animal, but it just sounds almost like this weird distortion or synthetic element about it.
Dahlia takes a step back. Glancing at Shroud, what is he up to?
He's looking behind you guys.
I'll glance back there.
You don't see anything. He's not seeing anything, he's keeping tabs on behind you guys.
Mm.
Not often times you need to worry about the enemy visible in front of you.
Yeah.
Someone of his occupation is usually more worried about the people you don't see behind you.
I'll take a look around. Mina is expecting someone, so Dahlia will try and see if there's something else around.
Roll me your perception.
Can do.
Use your actual perception this time, though, not charisma based.
Thank God. Let me just pull it up here.
I would say, Jane, you would have heard that bark.
From the...
It's not loud. It's not like barking as like angry. Like it barks like Ace would in acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Of
a response.
Yeah.
Does it sound like a bark? I can't remember.
It sounds like a otherworldly, deathly bark. It is a bark with an ethereal or synthetic element about it. You can tell it is a bark. It just doesn't sound right.
That don't make no
bark
sense.
Ain't right.
25. There is no other presence in the mist as far as you can discern, but it's not. But that's not the reason, or the key reason for the perception roll. You can barely make out for but a moment the crackle of lightning, and then there it is again, and again, and again. Off in this direction. The direction you recall being towards the mound, although you guys have gotten a bit turned around amidst your encirclement. Jin, you can see the distinct glow of not only Mina's eye, but also this creature through the fog. You're able to barely see your friends before, but now it is much more visible.
Oh, like the fog's kind of giving way?
No, it's more of like there's a light in the fog that's giving like illumination to the nearby space, you know?
That makes a lot more sense, actually. You know what? When you say it like that...
your goblin friend, quote-unquote friend, your goblin acquaintance. What the fuck is that?
I don't have the faintest clue. He says, continuously walking towards it.
What if we jump it?
I slowly look over to him. Do you think that is the wisest idea?
No. He shakes his head immediately.
I don't think so either.
Unless you think it is.
Shakes his head. No.
No.
My friends are down there, considering they are not fighting it yet. There is some reason.
What should we do?
This might be a difficult concept for you, but walk with strength and confidence.
What?
I know. Strange thing.
Why?
Because my friends are down there and I'm going to help them. And if you want their help, you're going to have to follow me. And then he starts walking towards the big thing.
What if I just stay up here and gave you cover fire?
Yeah, isolate yourself from the other monsters that might be in the mist. Wise idea.
Roll your intimidation.
Is it intimidation or is it stating effect? I don't know. Let's see what this intimidation said. That's 7.
Walking into scary mist, even if you're up here alone, at least you can see up here.
He's not wrong.
I think I'll stay up here. Scream if you need help, and I'll start throwing things into your general direction.
Fine. I can work with that. But wait for our conflict to start.
Great.
And then
that's all. Walk. He just was between you and him. War cry.
Sure, that works. It'll probably sound like lightning.
What?
I said that'll probably sound like lightning. Don't worry about it.
What's that? What's that mean? How do you scream lightning?
Now you've left the goblin confused. Now he's gonna have to try and think.
Ah, damn. Well, that's a journey for him to find.
If this were a different type of scout, then he actually would have the equivalencies of, like, a mortar, but he doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
Because you could just put a rifle into the base of the ground and then pull the trigger, and then it'll... Emlyn Garrett used to have that ability. But I digress. Nope, he just has, he just has a
dicks and rocks. Oh, short bow.
Short bow.
Okay. I thought he might have a sling.
He does have a sling, but that's not his main weapon.
Thought he was just gonna throw things, to be honest with you.
Genuinely, that too.
In desperation, he might. But anyway, so you begin entering into the mist, going towards the ominous light. You don't know where Red is, but in fairness, she's weird. She doesn't really...
The fact that I knew where she was before was only because she was a flock of fucking birds. She was out of her element. Anyhow.
You begin making your approach. Roll me your perception.
Blam.
I would say to Dahlia, you do see him getting closer. Like, you can intuit that the lightning is Jen, and that he is making his approach to you, and that he is Jen, and an ally. Like, that just makes sense. That or it's Red. Which might still be a comfort during these trying times.
Red in Jin disguise.
It's more of an ally than this thing is.
True.
As far as Dahlia's...
Concerned.
what is it? IFF? Can figure out. Where in relation to the beast and Mina is Jen approaching from? In front of? Behind them?
Here, I'll just do like a quick formation. So I'm gonna put Red away over here, because, yep. Mina would be here, Shroud would be over here, you would be, I guess, here. So Jen would be approaching from the northern direction, towards the mound. The base itself is towards your guys' southeastern side.
So he's coming from up here, and I didn't see where I was?
You're just behind Mina and Shroud, making the triangle.
Oh, like, okay.
Here.
Yeah,
I see. And he's coming from the top, okay. Yeah. Either way, my main question is, can I be the one to greet Jin?
Yeah, I mean, he's coming from that direction.
Then yeah, I'll wait till there's a little bit of visibility, hopefully, and try and get his attention.
You guys have about 10 to 15 feet of visibility. It varies because it's not consistent.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have at around the 13-foot mark, but you begin seeing his more visible outline, as opposed to the crackles of energy that arc off of him on the approach closer, getting closer and closer. And Jane, you see your compatriots, including Mina, who's like squatted down and is petting this unholy beast.
The horrors.
You were probably safer in that tree.
I strangely do not disagree with you.
Are you dead?
No. That's a goblin I found.
You found it. That makes things worse. You can tell Tali is really stressed.
Honestly, I imagine he's more of a early warning system when he probably is eating something.
What was that?
You're doing great, don't worry about it.
Thank you! Good luck! Fuck him up!
Mina says we're already dead, and she's refusing to do anything.
Wasn't she also the one that wanted to die fighting?
Where's he at, Morama? Is he here yet? It barks at her.
I can't find who she's talking about.
She tilts her head at the barking of Morama. Oh? Then why are you here? She grabs it by the sides of its face, like, why are you here? Why are you here, little guy? Like that. Then why are you here, huh? It barks at her. She goes quiet. You guys could see from the side of her face that she smiles in a forlorn capacity. And amidst this humidity, because it's literally fucking mist, it's hard to tell, you know, sweat and other fluids on you. But she does tear up a little bit, a stream going down her face for a moment as the glow of her eye fades. And she puts her head to the skull of Morama. You're too good, Morama. Thank you. It tries to further bury its nuzzle against her face. Okay, push its skull against her face further. Always loyal.
What did it say?
He's not here yet. She lets go of it and begins standing up, and it begins to turn, like pull a Yui, and begin walking a bit away back in towards the mist. Not yet. She was just saying goodbye. But he knows where I'm at now. Even if he's not coming, not yet. It begins walking back into the mist and looks over its shoulder and barks one last time before entering back into the mist fully and disappearing amidst it. She lets out a sigh. And you guys can tell the mist is beginning to alleviate, lighten up. In due time, it will fade.
So he's not coming at this exact moment, but he knows where to go.
She nods. She has this almost like 1,000-yard stare to her as she stares in the direction of where Morama was. The mist clouds are rolling away now, fading. But she just still looks in the direction. No tracks, no nothing they left behind.
Like it wasn't even there.
Mm-hmm.
That was Morama.
She nods. That was Morama. My brother's Thestral.
What is a Thestral?
It's a type of creature. From the Ungapoko. Rare things. Nasty things. But Morama was my brother's Thestral, as I said. Found her when she was this big. And she like gestures at like something that wrapped to the size of a loaf of bread.
Oh, little bite.
And took care of it. Was with us all our training. It followed him. To the great, great beyond. The water on the other side.
A loyal even in death.
She nods. I've heard tales of that. The Riptide got two, I heard. Shrouded to his own breath of relief. I think it is time to go while we still have the chance.
I think that is
She does it. Mita does a dismissive way of, nah, we good, bruv. If you guys want to be here any longer. Our brother's not coming. Not yet. She shakes her head. She looks over at the goblin who's like
Vibing.
he has like an arrow knocked in his bow, but he doesn't have his bow drawn. He's looking all around. Did we win?
I guess the mist is gone now, right?
Yeah, it is. It's like it's on its like last dregs of it, but yeah, it's on. It's gone in like a couple more moments.
We win? Glaring at the goblin, watching it closely.
Why is a goblin out here?
He said he was scouting.
So nothing good.
You're the resident expert.
A warband near here.
Mm-hmm.
That is the only reason they would scout this out here.
It's possible.
What are you talking about over there? We win? Can I come down now?
You're all good.
He begins
come say hi if you want
down. Hold on. I need to make a save. Hold on. He slips. He slips as he begins descending down the mountain. His footing slips and he begins tumbling down like a person whose ass is hitting all the pieces of a stairway.
Oh my god.
Oh, ow! Alright.
That's
Yield of the thumb.
Start walking towards him.
It's almost impressive how he managed to do that.
Mia just sort of like scoffs, like classic goblin behavior. You begin making your way over to him, Dahlia. He begins dusting himself up. Oh! He looks you up. You're considerably taller than him. A Karoo.
A goblin.
That's right. Yeah. Tall.
I am. I'm not gonna comment on your hat.
No, it's alright. You could say it.
Where's the rest of your group?
He opens his mouth like, oh, well, obviously. Then he catches himself, looks around, realizes that he's not in danger anymore. Oh, I can't tell you that.
Slowly reaching for her sickle.
Prove that he is in danger.
Why not?
You're not a goblin.
I'll say in goblin, so?
So I can't tell you. He replies a goblin. You guys can see Red just like drop from a branch back on the mound above him, and it is silent.
Not even a leaf falls.
And not even a leaf falls. And she like crouches, like when she first met you, or not first met you, but when she like last met you, Jin, in that courtyard between the houses and building and stuff like that, and just looms over him, like a cat ready to strike a mouse that's unaware.
Dinner.
It's in your best interest to answer.
She'll
like, she'll roll her wrist with her scythe in her hand. Intimidation. I really hope this works.
Get 20. Get 20. That's not 20!
No!
So here's an interesting thing about goblins. They're pretty cowardly. But the thing is, they're pretty brave against another threat that is more impressive than you. If that makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. You'll kill him now. He'll get tortured if he comes back.
Yeah, I mean, that's
right?
fair.
So it's like, oh, one sucks, but the other one really sucks. So you make this gesture at him, and he just shakes his head. Not a goblin. Goblins don't spell secrets. They absolutely do. You know that for a fact. I digress.
In Goblin, she'll growl the word liar at him.
What of it?
She'll push him down. Or try to.
Roll in athletics.
Right. Well.
Bully the goblin better.
He's a weak little goblin! You inadvertently down the goblin. You push him down.
I'm not.
you push him backwards. He pushes against the mound and sort of like grabs again at this, because it's like a slope, right? It's not like a sheer vertical surface, and grabs at it. Go on, beat me up, kill me. Do it.
So they're worth dying for.
He just looks you in the eyes. Very brave goblin. You feel a hand on your shoulder. Shroud. And just shakes his head.
will like not actually say anything, but grumble under her breath. And
he brings you, like, pulls you in closer and whispers to you. The information dies with him. He is worth more to us alive than dead.
Then let's get it out of him.
You know, if it's a matter of not being able to tell goblins, we do have a goblin friend you could talk to.
He squints his eyes. Oh yeah.
Not here right now, unfortunately. Sorry.
Roll me persuasion. You were his ally 5 minutes ago, so you get advantage.
I was his willing meat shield.
You were, and he very much appreciates that.
Persuasion.
It's good to have a willing meat shield in these trying times.
Usually they're the meat shields. Unwillingly, though.